of shadows.
Hi my angels, it's Hailey Reese, and today's video has been so highly requested. I am so sorry that I haven't gotten to it a little bit sooner, but we are finally going to be diving into Momo and all of my opinions surrounding whether or not Momo is nothing more than an internet hoax or if it is a real worldwide concern. So it kind of seems like everywhere that I've looked, and I'm sure that you've looked over the past couple of weeks, Momo has been appearing either in the form of a threat within a children's video or within a threat within a Momo challenge. And I feel like there's such a misconception, but also a massive what's the word I'm looking for? Difference in opinion. I can't believe I just searched for that for so long, but I feel like there's been a massive difference in opinion as to whether or not Momo is a real internet threat or Momo is nothing more than a hoax. What's interesting about this is I feel like for parents right now who are concerned for the safety of their children where Momo is concerned, it seems as though Momo kind of just popped out of nowhere. But for those of us who have been on the internet for a while, you may or may not remember that Momo was a threat back in the summer of 2018. Ever since Momo resurfaced, you guys have been begging for me to give my opinion on it. So for today's video, that's exactly what we're going to be diving into. But before I get into my personal opinion on this whole Momo situation, I feel like it's kind of important to dive into where exactly Momo originated from, who exactly Momo is, and what the real threat here is. So that's what we're going to start with. So first and foremost, for those of you who may be unaware as to what Momo is, I'm not going to put Momo's picture up in this video right now solely because I am so sick of seeing it. The picture is creepy. Momo is creepy, from the bird-like legs to the sinister smile to the bulging eyes and the stringy hair. Just everything about Momo screams terror. And I mean, especially for small children who may come across this image, it is horrifying. But what some people may not know is that images of Momo actually surfaced on the internet as early as 2016. Images of Momo have been circulating worldwide for quite some time now. Firstly, because the images were creepy in themselves, but secondly, because a bunch of internet challenges were created surrounding this image after it gained popularity as a terrifying image. I think what was so creepy about Momo initially was the mystery as to what in the world this thing was, where in the world this thing came from, and just the mystery of the whole entire thing. I think more often than not, we as human beings really fear the unknown. I think I especially do. When something so creepy pops up out of nowhere and there's no explanation for it, that in itself can be a terrifying factor. But yeah, images originally began circulating on the internet as early as 2016. But these images became wildly popular back in, I believe it was around July 2018, when what will be called the Momo Challenge surfaced across the internet. Essentially, the challenge was said to have surfaced when phone numbers, specifically a phone number, surfaced up on Facebook, and when users went ahead to search up this number, they found it on a messaging app called WhatsApp with a user with the name Momo, with the image that we've all come to see and despise. Now, it was said if you began to message Momo, you would be met with a series of tasks and or threats / harassment / derogatory words / horrifying images. Basically, in summary, it was said that Momo would ask of you to do these horrific things both to yourself and others, and in failing to do so, you'd be met with a ton of threats and even indications or implications that Momo had a clue who the heck you were and would basically terrify you into wanting to do these things. It was also said that Momo would present you with graphic images and horrifying threats and just really nasty messages as a whole. It very quickly became a Momo challenge where individuals would attempt to contact and message Momo specifically at 3 a.m. and see what would happen. Basically, kids were dared to message Momo on WhatsApp, and it became this massive hysteria. People were terrified of Momo. Everybody was doing the Momo challenge, and it swept across the internet and became a big, giant thing. Now, it very quickly became to many what many believed to be a hoax, because while there were thousands upon thousands of people attempting to contact Momo, very, very few were actually getting responses back. Now, this whole Momo hoax slash Momo challenge was actually brought to my attention back in the summer of 2018 when a YouTuber named Rainbot actually posted a video essentially sharing everything that Momo was, but also debunking it as nothing more than a hoax. Now, the Momo challenge eventually died down, especially when it was brought to everybody's attention that Momo was nothing more than a sculpture created by a Japanese artist at a special effects firm, Link Factory, who, by the way, denies any association with this Momo challenge and with these Momo videos. The real title of the artwork was named Mother Bird. Now, in Rainbot's video, this is all made very clear, and when the news of the fact that Momo was actually nothing more than a sculpture broke the internet, that initial Momo challenge really died down, and the fear behind Momo kind of began to simmer because now the mystery about Momo was no longer there. Recently, though, it is said that Momo has returned, except this time Momo is targeting unsuspecting children within children's videos such as Peppa Pig and things like that. And this time, real hysteria surfaced and it became a real threat because now it was no longer this challenge that individuals were embarking on, but it was actually threatening the safety and well-being of children. It was said that basically in the center of these children's videos that children were watching, like I said, such as Peppa Pig, all of a sudden this Momo character would present herself and begin telling children to do life-threatening things while threatening that if they were to tell their parents, they would be killed or bad things would happen to their families, which, as I'm sure you can imagine, associated with the image of Momo would traumatize a child. I'm not going to get into exactly the threats or the things that Momo was suggesting that these children do, but overall it was very clear why parents all across the world began freaking out over this epidemic of Momo videos. Momo kind of became the most talked about thing, and there were so many concerned parents, even people within my family, posting on Facebook and posting on social media warning other parents of this Momo that would encourage their children to harm themselves and to harm others. And might I just add, naturally so, I think any parent who, even if they haven't seen these videos themselves, or even if their children haven't personally experienced it, you're going to be concerned as a parent as far as what your children are seeing within what are supposed to be children's videos. But very quickly, many people, especially on social media, began taking to the fact that this was nothing more than a round 2 of a Momo hoax. Because unfortunately, there has been more hysteria surrounding Momo than actual statistics or encounters. More people have been talking about Momo than those who have actually encountered Momo, which naturally so. But when people really started to sit back, there were very few people actually coming forward having seen Momo in the center of a children's video. When people really sat back, there were more people concerned about Momo appearing in children's videos than those who had actually ever seen Momo appear in the center of a normal children's video. There is also no real evidential link between suicide in children and this Momo challenge or these Momo videos. There is really no statistics to back that there has been a real danger or a real threat to these children linked to Momo. Furthermore, YouTube actually confirmed that contrary to press reports, they haven't actually seen any evidence of videos promoting or showing Momo in the Momo challenge on the YouTube platform, that is. And they even went even further to say that if such videos do exist, they would be removed for violating the platform's policies. So YouTube themselves haven't actually seen any videos where in the center of which Momo was appearing and telling children to do these things. However, like any sort of internet phenomena, even if there wasn't videos like this before, it's now been brought to the attention of so many people, it really wouldn't surprise me if people are now placing Momo in the center of children's videos. So it really wouldn't surprise me if now, more recently, there are Peppa Pig videos with Momo in the center of it, or there are children's videos with Momo promoting these things, because now this has been brought to the attention of so many people. People are bound to do it. I will say though that I did see a news report of a little boy who called 911, I believe it was, because he saw a video of Momo and it traumatized him. Regardless of how children are gonna see Momo, I believe to my core Momo is, if I say Momo one more time, I feel like all I've said is Momo. Do not take a shot when I say Momo because you will die. Oh my god, now I'm threatening people. Just don't drink to the name Momo. But as I was saying, I think regardless, any child seeing any of these things, especially that song for Momo and all those things, it's going to terrify children. And it's been brought to so many people's attention that I believe so many children actually have seen this now. I believe it's round 2 of the Momo challenge. I believe that people are more concerned with the safety of children, which rightfully so they should be. Of course they should be. If there's any threat to the safety or the innocence of children, obviously we're all gonna stand together and try to fix that problem or find a solution. But I truly believe it's been made much larger than it initially was. However, where I stand with this whole thing is I think regardless of whether or not Momo itself is a hoax, I do believe it's a really big lesson and an eye-opening experience to monitor what it is that children are watching online, on TV, whatever the case may be. I think no matter what, it's important to make sure that you're aware of what your children are watching and to make sure that you're aware of the YouTube channels that they're watching or the content that they're consuming. I also just want to add that in March 2019, it was confirmed that the Momo sculpture had actually been destroyed / thrown away in 2018. So there is no real Momo lingering or existing on the world as of right now. Overall, I kind of just wanted to give a summary as far as what Momo exactly is, where this all kind of came from. I obviously can neither confirm nor deny whether or not there were children's videos with these threats in the center of them, but at the same time, Momo has come around once before and hopefully will never come around again, but I do think that it's a really important conversation to raise as far as monitoring what it is children are consuming online. What do you guys think of Momo? Do you guys think it's nothing more than an internet hoax, or do you think there is a real threat behind it? Make sure you go ahead and drop your comments down below. I really want to raise the conversation because I myself had to dig through a whole bunch of stuff, and like I said, there is conflicting information as to whether or not Momo is a real threat or nothing more than an internet hoax. So make sure you guys let me know in the comments below so I can read all of your guys' thoughts and theories. And that is it for today's video. If you guys are new to my channel or you are just not yet subscribed but you do enjoy my videos, make sure you go ahead and click that subscribe button. I post a ton of videos, so I don't want you to miss when I upload. And please give this video a big thumbs up if you did enjoy it. Remember, my loves, do all things with kindness, and until next time, I love you guys.